If your life were judged only by your actions, not your intentions, not your knowledge, what story would it be telling right now? There are many things that we need to do in order to have success, but without this one thing, it never works. It will never work for anybody, for any team, for any business, for any individual. It will never work. So today, we're looking at the A of the POLAC system. In the past few weeks, we looked at P, which is the purpose, O, which are the objectives and obstacles, L, which are the lifelines, and today we get to look at A. What is this famous word? If you've taken a guess, you might have guessed it. It is action. I am a firm belief that without action, nothing happens. We can sit down and we can plan out what we want. We can talk about it to everyone. We could post it on social media. But if we're not taking concrete action, and not even, I'm going to say massive action, it will never work. And so today we're going to go through 3 questions on examples on how we can take action, why it's so important to take action. And remember that intention without action means absolutely nothing. So I'm your boy, Avatar Fit, and my passion is to guide people to be the best of themselves. And the only way I believe that someone can do that is by living their purpose. And that's why I developed the POLAC system that we're going through letter by letter every single week. And today we have the privilege to talk about action, that one thing that has to get done. So if you don't have a pen and paper or a notebook, go get it right now. We're going to take 20 seconds to look over this. We're going to take 20 seconds for you to go get that, because it's very important for you to take notes. It's not just a live video for you to just listen. It's really here for you to take notes, study, and use in your everyday life. And I took down notes so I don't forget anything. So here we go. Question number 1. What is the smallest action you could take today that will move your life forward even by an inch? And here's an example. Here is an example. We're not talking about a 90-day plan, not a total life reset. Maybe it's simply sending one email, booking one appointment, doing a 10-minute walk, or even having one honest conversation with someone you've been avoiding. Now, you might ask, okay, Jay, that's great and all, but what do these little actions have to do with me accomplishing my purpose and my dreams? Here we go. I'm going to ask you to do something right now. Right now, okay? You're going to get up wherever you are, unless you're in your car. If you can get up, I need you to get up. All right? And you're going to think about that purpose, that thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, that you would do for free, that brings you energy, that even if you didn't have any energy, you would love doing it, and you never complain when you think about this thing. When you wake up, it gives you a smile. It makes you smile. And I need you to think about that thing, and I need you to think about ways that you can live that every day. For example, again, I want to guide people to be the best of themselves. That's my purpose. How can I do that? I can do it for myself first, be an example to others. All right? So my objective is to be in the best shape of my life. What do I have to do What do I have to do to be in the best shape of my life? I need to move. I need to make sure I move, eat well, listen to the right things, hang around the right people. These are some objectives. And then when do I have to do it? For some of the objectives, I have to do it every single day. Sometimes it's one meeting a week with the right people. All right. Now I thought about all these things. My purpose, I want to guide people to be the best of themselves. How? Well, I'm gonna eat well. I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna eat well. I'm gonna focus on moving every single day, even if it's for 15 minutes. I'm gonna make sure I talk to the right people and have the right conversations. And I need you to think about that for you. What's your purpose? What are those objectives? And when do you have to do them? See a clear picture in your mind. Close your eyes. And when I snap my fingers, you're going to take one step forward and repeat these words. Wait till I snap my fingers. Once I snap my fingers, you're going to take one step forward and repeat these words. I have begun to take action. 3, 2, 1. Take a step forward and say, I have begun to take action in living my dream every single day. You see that physical action of taking that step activates your brain and says, okay, we've started. Instead of sitting down, planning, and just staying there in the planning mode, in the planning phase, in the, okay, what do I have to do this and get there? And this. At a certain point, we have to stop analyzing and we just have to take action. Jim Rohn said it best. He says, whether it's the right way or the wrong way, just take action and go all out in that action. One of two things will happen. Either it's the right way or it's the wrong way, but at least you're going to find out way quicker. And it won't take you 25 years to turn around and say, oh my goodness, I've been walking the wrong road. Take action. Do not stay in that analyzing phase. Question number 2. What excuse have you been using that sounds logical, but is actually just keeping you comfortable? Here's an example. Things like, I don't have time. I need to be more ready. I'll start when things calm down, or I just need more information. They sound smart, but they're not moving anything. There's no movement. Let me repeat that. I need you to listen to this. Here are some excuses that people use every single day and don't realize it. I don't have time. I need to be more ready to start whatever you want to start. I'll start when things are a little more calm, when my life is a little less hectic. Or I just need more information. What information do you need? The person in front of you should be a result of what they do. That is enough information for you to take the leap and go. Take action now. Man, I can't remember who said this, but they said excuses sound best to the person making them. That's why you're making an excuse. For you is justification to why you're not doing it. And as you keep on justifying yourself every single day for absolutely no reason, because the person you're telling it to has nothing to do with it. And this is so awesome. I read this in the book. So it said, instead of finding excuses, let's say I'm late. I'm late for work. Okay. I'm sure my boss would rather, instead of me just saying sorry, saying, hey, I am late. I acknowledge it. It won't happen again. I'm late. I have noticed. I am going to do my very best to make sure I am ahead of time. Not, I'm late. There was traffic. I woke up. I went to bed late. My sister did this. My dog did this. Finding all the excuses on why it's justified that you're late. At the end of the day, the only person who changes is you. Your excuses sound best to you because you want to convince yourself that they're right. And let's flip the script. All right? We spoke about these excuses. What if we took those same excuses and turned them into the reason why you need to do it? Now, let's say I want to get in shape. And my excuses were, My excuses were, well, I don't have time to get in shape. I need to be more ready. I'll start when things calm down, or I just need more information. Well, maybe that's why you need to get in shape, so you have more time for yourself. Maybe that's why you need to get in shape, because you need to be ready. In the last live, we spoke about staying ready so you don't have to get ready. So right now, you need to be more ready, but you never actually will be until you start taking action. Does that make sense? I really trust that it does. I'll start when things calm down. Maybe things will never calm down. Maybe that's your reason why you need to start now, because once you start getting in shape, you'll develop that, how can I say that discipline within your mind and that perspective of life to see that life wasn't that bad, that it was pretty calm as it was. Or you just become stronger and you learn how to weather the storm. But if we stay in that excuse phase and see it from the perspective that here are all the reasons why I can't do it, then that's where we stay. But you can decide to change that, flip it around. Those same excuses you use or used or maybe will use, flip them around and say, here are all the reasons why I need to start now. Yo, I don't even, when people give me excuses, actually, all my close friends, all my partners, my family know not to give me excuses. And when they start giving me excuses, they are no longer talking to me. They know. Let's say I have my business here, the Pure Nutrition. If someone comes late, they don't give me the excuse of why this happened. They just say, hey, I was late. I'll make sure it doesn't happen. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything. You're late, you're late. So remember that. When you justify your excuses, remember it's just for you. And it keeps you where you are. Actually, it brings you back. All right, here we go. Question number 3, final question. Who would you become if you honored your actions as much as you honored your intentions? Oh my goodness. I think this is the most popular intention of the world. Here's the example. It's New Year's. I got my New Year's resolution. I have the intention of going to the gym and getting in the best shape of my life, or just getting in shape. But it's too much snow outside, you know. It's cold, and I got to put my boots on to go outside and my jacket. Well, at least it's the intention that counts. And the person never makes it to the gym. Great intentions, no action. Results to absolutely nothing. The person is not only the same, but they regress because they broke a promise to themselves. Do you know how shocking it is to the brain that every promise you make to yourself and you don't keep, you become a dishonest person to the only person who truly counts in your life, you. Let me say that again. When you break a promise to the only person that truly matters in your life, you become a dishonest person to the only person who truly matters. So don't ask yourself why people around you break promises, why you can't keep any promises to anybody else, why you have to lie in order to feel accepted. All these little promises you made to yourself, not anyone else, yourself, you've kept breaking them. And so your subconscious just picks it up, saying, hey, you made this promise, you ain't gonna fulfill it. You ain't gonna do nothing. So here's an example. You stop being the person who's always planning, always preparing, always waiting, and you become the person who is known by themselves and others as someone who moves. And this person, you become this when you start honoring your actions as much as your intentions. So when that intention comes in, when Jim Rohn said, the best time to take action is when you got that fire, when you're hype about an idea. That's when you take action right away. You got that idea, stand up and take that step. Say, I'm taking action right now. That's the first step. And then you go do the second step and the third step. And then after a while, you're doing exactly what you wanted in the beginning. I really hope this is clear. Without action, there is absolutely nothing. Nothing works. Even if you don't believe me, don't take action and see what happens to your life. Take action and see what happens to your life. And you will have the proof. You don't have to argue with me. You don't have to believe me. It's a principle of life. Principles have always been here, whether we like them or not. It's our perspective of them that makes the difference. So let's go through these 3 questions one last time. All have to do with action. What is the smallest action you could take today that would move your life forward even by an inch? I just gave you a concrete example of what to do to start it off. Nothing big, but with every inch, it adds up. Minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. And next thing you know, you are changing generations because you took that first step. Literally, you took that first step. It doesn't have to be that drastic, but it can be. And I know for some of you watching right now, you feel it within your heart that you are meant for something more than what you're doing right now. You know that first step is the first step to something humongous that's going to impact millions of lives beyond who we are and the people that surround us right now, the generations to come. To you, that person who feels that in your heart, take that step. Go. Run. Question number 2, what excuse have you been using that sounds logical, but is actually just keeping you comfortable? Take those excuses. Either you get rid of them or you change them to the reason why you need to start today. And remember, who would you become if you honored your actions as much as you honor your intentions? If your life wasn't just, oh, well, it's the intention that counts. I had the intention to buy a gift for my loved one, but hey, I didn't go. So I'm just going to show up to the party empty-handed and tell them, hey, it's the intention that counts. At least I thought about buying you a gift. But where's the gift? Oh, well, I didn't buy it. I really trust that you're getting this as much as I do. Because if you do, you're going to feel that fire in your heart. And that champion that's sleeping inside you is going to wake up. He's going to wake up and be ready to win at that one thing that you were born to win at. That's your life, not mine, not your neighbors, not your mothers, not your fathers, not your brothers, none of your siblings, none of your cousins, none of your family members or friends. You're not meant to win their life. You're meant to win at your life. So what I need you to do is take this system, the Polack system, implement it in your life. Or you create the system you need to create and you use it as long as you're using it and taking action. But you find your purpose. How are you going to live that purpose every day? When are you going to live that purpose? And are you going to take action? The question is, the answer is yes. You are going to take action every single freaking day. Every single freaking day, you're going to take action because you are the one. Guys, next week we get to talk about the C of the Polack system, which C, where we said A, without A, nothing works. C is the cherry on top. C of the Polack system makes everything better. Without fault. Every time it works. So next week, I need you to tune in to this live. Get your buddies. Say, hey, Avatar Fit's going on live next Monday. We need to make sure we are on. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you stay. You get a message once I'm on live, because the C of the Polack system makes the entire difference in the world. In the world, not just your life. So make sure you tune in. Guys, take action now. It was your boy Avatar Fit. Stay blessed, and keep applying everyday success.